And we're back! Woo! Yeah, remember? The ring's still there. Oh, yeah. Hey, actually, for Christmas, my birthday. No, Christmas. For Christmas, my wife got me a new platinum wedding ring. Whoa! No, it's the same old one. But it's really 21 years old, and that's amazing. And it's made out of platinum, which is more precious than gold. And, right. She made it a size bigger. So it's the same ring, but a little bigger, so it can fit on my hand now. Whoa! So I gained a little weight since I got married. Okay, thanks for watching. So we just did this one. Lucarini had 28 on here, 28 inches high. But I feel like it's 32, so I'll have a discussion with him. We'll see. Ask about it in class. Okay, let's see here. So we're on the next one now. Okay, so give 12 a try. So which of the following lines has the slope of least value? So basically, which one is like, this is like 1, 2, 3, over 1, or whatever. Yeah, over a half. So basically, this would be like, So from 0, 3, we're going 31 minus 3 over 0.5 minus 0. And so we get 0.5, and then 31, 30, 29, 28. So 28 divided by half. Wow. So that's going to be our slope, basically, right? Yeah. So 28 divided by half. That sounds like it's going to be a really big number, and I don't know if that even makes sense. 56. So is our slope really 56? That's crazy. I don't know. Is it? Let me see. So we start off at 0, and we go a half. And as we go a half, then we go up, so from 3 to 31. So we go over a half, and then up 331, good. Ooh, what about when we go over 1? So when we go over 1, then we're up to 50. Nice, so that slope's easy. Let's see, 0, 3 to 0, 51. So 51 minus 3 over 1 minus 0. 51, 39, 38, 37. And yeah, I guess it's getting smaller and smaller, right? Yeah, getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And so the least value would probably be that one, right? Yeah, D, that'd be the smallest. And then which one's the biggest? Well, the biggest is obviously from A to B. That's the biggest. Nice. Okay, so then try at 14, parallelogram. Do you know how to do a parallelogram? So basically with parallelogram, you can do rise over run. So it's graphed, let's see here. So we have sides A and B and C and D are each a square root of 10 units long. Well, 3 times 3 is 9, so 3 point something long. 3.16 long. And so A and B, that distance, and C and D are radical 10 long. The distance between A to D is 3, and B to C is also 3. And so what is the slope of BC? So what is it? What? So what is the slope of BC? What the? BC? This is a straight line, right? Yeah. So that's way up there at 4. And so yeah, so that's just a straight line. And so that's mx plus b, where your y-intercept is 4. And your slope is not up or down. It's just 0. So our slope, you guys, that's silly. So our slope is just 0. Because it doesn't go up or down. What does it mean the amount of water measured in gallons in a tank has the following slope over time? What does it mean that the amount of water W measured in gallons in a tank has the following slope over time? So the amount of water goes up, the amount of water goes down. So amount of water in a tank increases, it goes up. And the amount of water in a tank decreases if it's negative. And the amount of water in a tank stays the same. I guess that's important to know, right? I don't know, but I guess so. It is important to know. I just don't know why they're doing that on the homework. If you're buying 30 acres of farmland at a price of $12,000 per acre, what's the total cost? So $12,000 per acre times 30 acres. That's a big number. Joseph needs a 200-foot long fence installed around his yard. Installed around his yard. 200-foot long fence installed around his yard. The A-Plus Fence Company gave him a bid of $2,200 to install the fence around his yard. That's cheap. This includes a $500 service fee plus a set amount of per foot of fence. How much are they charging Joseph per foot of fence? So it's going to be it's going to be 2,200. Pause me, try it on your own. So we have a total of 2,700. Pause me, you behind the screen, you pause me, try it on your own. So we have a total amount of 2,700, and then he needs 200 feet long fence installed around his yard. So if we take that 2,700 and divide it by 200 feet, that should give us the dollar amount, right? Let me see here, or not. What the? I thought that'd be easier than that. Let me see. So it's going to be, so this includes a $500 service fee. So we're back to 2,200. Back to 2,200. Divided by 200 feet of fencing. How much are they charging Joseph per foot of fence? So 2,200 divided by 200, I think. Doesn't that sound right? This includes a $500 service fee, plus a set amount per foot of fence. Oh, maybe we have to minus the 2,200 off, do we? I don't know. So divided by 200. So that'd be 11? That'd be 11? $11 per foot? But what if we minus off the service fee? So how much are they charging Joseph per foot? Okay, so 200-foot fence, 2,200 installed fence around his yard. This includes a $500 service fee. So plus a set amount per foot of fence. Set amount per foot of fence. How much are they charging Joseph per foot of fence? So I guess they want to know that set amount per foot of fence. So yeah, I guess we're right there. You want to minus off the 500 first to see the per foot of fence. And so that's 1,700 divided by the 200. And so 1,700 divided by 200 is $8.50 per foot. Okay, find the midpoint. Do you know the midpoint formula? So do you know the midpoint formula? So the midpoint formula goes like this. x1 plus x2 divided in half, and y1 plus y2 divided in half. So use that formula for these two. So we go over here and we put you try. And since I'm doing the odd ones, I'll do I try. Here we go. So -3 radical 2 plus a -7 radical 2, all divided by 2. And then -4 radical 5 plus a 10 radical 5, all over 2. Nice. So because they have radicals are the same, you can combine them. So that's going to be a -3 with a -7. Going to add those together, so that's -10 radical 2 over 2. And that reduces, divide by 2, divide by 2. So that reduces to be a what? -5 radical 2, comma, 10 minus 4 is 6. Radical 5 over 2, which reduces to 3 radical 5. So that's our crazy answer. And now you try. Do you know how to do the midpoint formula? Now you try. Okay, finally, last page. All right, we are splicing this in here because didn't do a good job on that. We're fixing it. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you fix it, right? So back to try number 21 again. So they give you the a value over 3 up 9, and they give you the midpoint. I thought I was going up and to the right, but the midpoint is down and to the left. There's my mistake. Yeah, so basically, if you go ahead and draw this, it's going to be over 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're way up here, right? Your midpoint is over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And so if you check out the slope and go down that much, over that much, and then down that much again, over that much, then you'll find the B. Then you'll find the other point that's, because you're halfway, so you got to go like halfway and then one more. So you'll see. So from 9. So it's also doing the slope. We could just do the slope. Why don't we find the slope? There's actually more than one way to do this. You could use the midpoint formula, but I'm just thinking outside the box. So let's see. So find the slope. So 9 minus 4 is 5 over 3 minus our midpoint, and 3 minus 2 is 1. Yeah, so, but yeah. So we are going backwards though, so we're going to go minus 5 over negative 1. Because negative divided by negative is a positive, so that's still true. But we're going to go down 5, back 1, right? So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back 1. So down 5, back 1. So that's our slope. That's going from A to the midpoint M, right? So now let's do it again. So now we're going to do it again. So from 2, 4, so the y value is going to go ahead and go down 5 more. And we're also going to go back 1. And so 5 minus 5 is 0, and 2 minus 1 is 1. I could be wrong on that. Let's double check. Let's try it actually. Let's just try it. Okay, so here we're at 2, 4. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's actually down a negative 1. And then over 1. And so that is the right answer, over 1 and down 1, because that's that coordinate there. That coordinate is over 1, down 1. And remember, that's the answer. That's the answer. So where did I make a mistake there? Let me see. Oh, yeah, because that was 2, 4. That's right. Yeah, so that's 2, 4. And so again, the y value, we're minusing 5, and the x value, we're minusing 1. And so yeah, so we're going to minus 5 and then minus 1 for the x value, y value. And so that gives us negative 1, 1. Woo! There's our answer! There's our answer! If you want to do the midpoint formula, you could. Be careful. So it would be like x1 plus x2 all over 2 equals the midpoint. So the midpoint of x. So that's the midpoint of x. And so let's say that we have x1 and we have y2. But we don't have x2. So that's the tricky part. So you have x1 is 3. Yeah, x1 is 3. And 3 plus some number, we're not sure, some coordinate divided by 2 equals the midpoint of x. And so the midpoint of x is 2. And so we set it equal to 2. And then we go ahead and multiply by 2 to the other side. Multiply by 2 to the other side. And so 2 times 2 is 4. So we have 3 plus x2. And then we minus 3 to the other side. And so we get x2 is equal to 1. Which is the same as this guy. And so you could do the same for y, and you'd get negative 1. And so y would be y plus, so it'd be 9 plus y over y2. So 9 plus y2 over, divided by 2 is the formula, equals the midpoint y value. And the midpoint y value is 4. So then you times 2 to the other side. And we get 9 plus y2 equals 8. And then minus 9 minus 9. So that would be negative 1. And so that's how we get y2 is equal to negative 1 is equal to negative 1, which is this guy. Yeah, more than one way to do this problem. You can count it over and do it that way, or plug into some formulas. Just keep trying to learn it. So go ahead and give it a try with, I'm going to give it a try with 20 now. You got this. So try one of them. Try counting over up so much, go through the midpoint, and then keep counting the same slope. Or use the formulas. Thanks for watching. Woo! Carry on with the video. There we go. Okay, so find the values of A so that the distance between the points with the given coordinates is 10 units. So the distance is 10 units. Okay. Let's see. This is a toughie. So we have, let's see. So we're going a distance of 3 to 11. So that's our y distance. So 11 minus 3 over a minus 7. So find the values of A so that the distance between the points with the given coordinates is 10 units. Well, I'm just finding the slope right now, I guess. But we need the distance of 10 units. I don't know if that's midpoint. It doesn't say midpoint. I don't know. So let's see. So basically we want 10 units. So I feel like, just look at the paper, Newbold. Distance formula! Distance formula. Nice. So now we're going to use the distance formula. And so distance formula is equal to the square root of, so we have x2 minus x1, right? All squared plus y2 minus y1, all squared. And that's called the distance formula. So then we go ahead and do, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. And so x2 is a minus x1, which is a negative 7, all squared, plus y2, right? And y2 is 11 minus y1, which is 3, all squared. 11 minus 3 is 8, and 8 squared is 64. And then we have a plus 7, all squared. And so the square root of that equals our distance, which is 10. Equals our distance, which is 10, I believe, right? I think so. Okay, good. So then we need to go ahead and power 2 both sides. And so we get 100 is equal to, that gets rid of that. A plus 7 all squared. We're going to minus 64 to the other side. Minus 64 to the other side. There we go. So what's that? 36? I think that's 36. Nice. So we're going to go to minus. We get 36 there. Is equal to a plus 7 all squared. And now we're going to square root it. And we get plus or minus 6? Maybe. I guess you can have negative distances. Well, you can. But. Okay, so square root it. A plus 7. Good, because that's gone. The 2's gone. And then we're going to minus 7 to the other side. What the? You get A equals negative 1. Whoa, A equals negative 1. So A equals negative 1. So that's our value for A. So A equals negative 1. Way-o. Find the values of A so the distance between the points with the given coordinates is 10 units. So A is negative 1. And then, wow. Do we have to actually do that? We can't just square root both sides? Okay, plus or minus. I'll take it. So plus or minus. So we have plus or minus 6. So now when we minus 7, plus or minus. So we get A equals 1, but we also, so that's 6 minus 7, but we also have negative 6 minus 7. So we get negative 1, and we also get negative 13. So those are our 2 possible A values, basically. So what values for a would work? So a could equal -1, and a could equal -13. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, that works, that works. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so then, last one, finally, 25. So on Friday night, the Garcia, try 12, and 12 uses the distance, 24. 24 uses the distance formula, okay? So that's d is equal to x1 minus x2 all squared plus y2 minus y1. No, you're supposed to add them. What's going on there? Let me see. So following points and calculate the area and perimeter of the shape erected by the points. Leave your answers in exact form. So that's going to be over 1 up 4, over 5, also up 4, over 1 up 4, 5 up 4, there you go. So that's A, and that's C, and then over 3 down 2. So it's going to be a triangle. Woo! Triangle. So we want to find the perimeter. And as well as the area, So basically, we want to find those distances, and then we could do some math. So this looks like a distance of 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. But what about the other distances? Those kinds are weird. So basically, down here is 3, -2, and then this distance is of course 1 up 4. And so now you have 1, 4, and 3, -2. And now you need to do the distance formula. Distance formula. So that's going to be, I thought you add them together, not minus them. What the? Distance formula. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Distance formula. So x2 minus x1. So that's going to be 3 minus 1 all squared plus -2 minus 4 all squared. So then we get 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 squared is 4. -2 minus 4, so that's -6 all squared is 36. So we basically get a distance of radical 40. There we go. Okay, so radical 40. There we go. So then we have the square root of 40, which is good. And square root of 40, you could pull out a 4 and a 10. So I guess you could break it down 4 times 10. And the square root of 4 is 2. So this is 2 radical 10. And this is 2 radical 10. Hey, that's the perimeter. Wait-o. So add those two together. Add all three of those together. Get the perimeter. And then how do we find the area again? So the area is 1/2 base times the height. So do we know what the height is? So the height is a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we get 1/2 base times height. Way-o. Just wanted to help you on that one. Garcia family set up camp in the National Forest Saturday morning. They hiked to wilderness area 3 miles due north and 4 miles due east. The elevation of the wilderness area is the same as the elevation of the campsite. The elevation of the wilderness area is the same elevation of the campsite. To the nearest 0.1 mile, what is the straight line distance from the wilderness area to the Garcia campsite? Okay, so on Saturday morning, they hiked to a wilderness area that's 3 miles due north and 4 miles due east. So 3 miles, 1, 2, 3 miles north, and 4 miles east. There we go. So we have 3 miles north and 4 miles east. And so, what is the straight line distance from the wilderness area to the Garcia's campsite? So, wilderness area to Garcia's campsite, what is the straight line distance? Cool. So I guess you could say, let's see, so we went over 3. So this is basically over 3 up 4. And if you want to say this is 0, 0, that would make it even easier, right? Yeah, why not? So distance formula. And so the distance formula would be, let's see here, if I'm doing this right. Oh, what? They did the Pythagorean triple. That's good. I like that. Good job, Lucarini, Pythagorean triple. So that's just a right triangle, you guys. And so 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to c squared. And that's 9 plus 16 is equal to c squared. 9 plus 16 is 25. And then we square root both sides. And we do get 5. Woo! Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. And thanks for working hard on midpoint and distance and slope, y-intercept for this assignment. Thanks for watching. And see you next time. Might be in England. Whoa, bye for now. Bye for now.